is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. This is going to be a quick tutorial on how to catch Rayquaza using excellent throws. Now, it is much easier to hit Rayquaza with an excellent throw opposed to Kyogre, so this is going to be a lot easier to follow through, guys. I know a lot of you guys had trouble catching Kyogre, and maybe you're having trouble catching Rayquaza, so hopefully this guide will help you out. So the first thing that I'd like to go over right now is that we are going to be using the circle lock method. Some of you guys may remember this from the Kyogre throwing tutorial, but just in case you don't or you haven't watched that video, I'm going to go ahead and give you a brief explanation of this, but if you would like a more detailed explanation, please make sure to go check out that video. So basically, the circle lock method is when you hold down the Pokeball to get it in a specific range, in this case, the excellent range. Now for Rayquaza, guys, you don't have to get it all the way to the smallest little circle. You can actually get it to a decent size and still manage to hit excellent throws on it, as you can see on screen right now. And once you get it to the range that you desire, in this case, that would be the excellent range, do not touch the Pokeball until the attack animation starts. If you touch the Pokeball before the attack animation starts, this will reset the range, so that's something that you want to try and avoid doing. The idea is to start winding up the Pokeball as soon as the attack animation starts, and once it gets to the middle of the animation, that's when you're going to want to release the Pokeball. And the Pokeball will make contact right as the range reappears. This will prevent Rayquaza from doing a double attack animation, so this will save you more Pokeballs in the long run, as well as get the consistency of hitting the excellent range every single try. That is the idea of this method, so with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the throwing patterns for Rayquaza. So there's two flying positions on Rayquaza. You have the normal one at its base height, and then you have the one where it flies up into the air. In all honesty, guys, these positions are very similar to each other, but there are some subtle differences, so I'm going to go ahead and go over them right now. So for the normal position, as soon as Rayquaza does its attack animation, you want to start winding up, and then once Rayquaza goes back into position, that's when you're going to want to throw it. You're going to want to throw the Pokeball high and straight down the middle. As you can see on screen, I throw the Pokeball straight down the middle, and as soon as the range reappears, I make contact and hit the excellent. So this is basically what you're going to want to do when it's in its normal position. Wait for Rayquaza to attack, start winding up, and then as soon as Rayquaza goes back into position, that's when you're going to want to release, and then the range should reappear right before the Pokeball makes contact. So for the high position, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, start winding up as soon as Rayquaza does its attack animation, and then once it goes back into position, that's when you're going to want to throw. But for this one, you're going to want to throw high and to the right side instead of straight down the middle. As you can see on screen, I still throw it very high, but I throw it to the right side because I have to angle it a little bit higher so that it makes contact at that position. So that's basically what you're going to want to do. Start winding up from the left side, and then as soon as Rayquaza comes back into position, that's when you're going to want to throw to the top right corner, and then doing so will make you hit the excellent range. And that's basically it, guys. There isn't a whole lot to this. I mean, honestly, the nice thing about Rayquaza is that you can actually hit the excellent range without making the range too small. As you guys can see on screen, it's really not too difficult. I have a much easier time throwing excellence at Rayquaza opposed to Kyogre. I could not do it for Kyogre. I could do it for Groudon, and I can do it for Rayquaza, and I just feel that it's very easy to get consistent excellent throws on this raid boss. And I think if you guys honestly followed these examples and followed the throwing pattern, you shouldn't have too much trouble honestly making contact with the excellent range. Let's go ahead and go over both of these examples one last time before ending off the video. So for the normal range, as soon as Rayquaza starts doing its attack animation, start winding up from the left side, and then as soon as it goes back into position, that's when you're going to want to throw straight down the middle, guys. And the range should reappear right before the Pokeball makes contact. Now for the high range, it is basically the same thing, guys. Start winding up from the left side, but this time you're going to want to throw much higher, and you're going to want to throw to the right side instead of straight down the middle, because you have to make contact with Rayquaza at that height. And it's basically the same thing, guys. As soon as Rayquaza goes back to its normal position, that's when you're going to want to release, and then the Pokeball should make contact right before the range reappears. Just follow these throwing patterns, because that's basically the only thing that you need to do, is just throw at the right angle, and you should make contact with the excellent every single try. I have no doubt in my mind, guys, that you can do this every single time. And by doing this and getting consistent excellent throws, you will have a 15.7% catch rate to catch Rayquaza. Now, this is not guaranteed that you will catch Rayquaza every single time, guys, but this will significantly improve your chances and give you more consistency on your throws. And with that being said, that's basically going to do it for this tutorial, guys. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. As always, I'd really appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more Pokemon Go throwing tutorials on future legendary raid bosses, make sure to comment down below and subscribe for more videos. And I will see you all real soon in the next one.